Hello, welcome to Keeping It Real. We are live here at the Hyatt at the Property Show. I'm David Grossman, and I have with me a couple of fine gentlemen. First of all, on the far side of the table, we have Gary Nuska. He's my co-host today, also a producer of a TV show, a regular guest on Keeping It Real. Welcome, Gary.
Thank you so much. And
good to have you here.
It's a pleasure to be here at the Real Property Show, which is a lot of things happening today. There's booths all over and people milling about and buyers coming out of the woodwork here looking for things, and it's just wonderful to be here today.
Well, it's great to have you here on the TV show. We also have Tarik Gidamy, who is the co-founder and broker of record of a company called TheRedPincom. Welcome.
Thanks for having me.
Terrific to have you. Okay, so let's talk first a little bit about TheRedPin.com, because I think what your company does is very interesting. Some might even say controversial. Certainly does not go along the mainstream.
Right.
You help consumers get the information they would want without necessarily having to go to a realtor. So I'm sure some realtors couldn't be too happy about this, but this is what consumers want, and this is what the Competition Bureau says consumers should have access to. Give us a little bit of background, Tarik.
Sure.
How did you get into this, and what's it like out there?
Well, I've been in the business for about 15 years. Started off just as a regular realtor, doing the home buying and selling thing. After that, I landed a great job with a developer by the name of Shane Baghai, who I was with for a majority of 10 years, learning the art and the trade of high-rise development and luxury custom homes.
Highly reputable developer.
Great guy, great branding, great experience in the real estate industry. And then on the tail end of my career, started to build some custom homes. And so I kind of tackled a number of things in real estate compared to most realtors out there. The last 3 years while I was building my custom homes, one of my good friends and partners in the business who graduated from UFC computer science started to ask me questions about why is it that he can't find information about new homes without picking up a magazine and spending his time running around to different sales offices and whatnot. So we started to do a lot of research and realized that this could very well be the last industry that hadn't really been touched by technology. And by that I mean that you could buy shoes online, you could buy books online. So we started to do more research and realized that if we had amalgamated all the builder's inventory all in one spot, added a lot of really cool third-party technology, which means where can my kids go to school, what local businesses are near the area, how is my investment in that area doing, and really just creating that one-stop shop for builders. We had something, and then what happened was the real estate board started to get some pressure from the Competition Bureau as to why they're controlling the data of what active homes are available to consumers, because 90% of consumers are online before they call me, before they call any other realtor for that matter. So people need and are craving that information. So we decided to tackle that. And what happened was, as everybody knows, the walls did come down. TREB and CREA and the real estate associations did realize that people wanted this information, and now said that if you are operating a website and you do have bona fide clients that are interested in real estate, they can log in and now see MLS listings active real time as realtors see it. So it was a huge improvement on that front already. So as it stands, TheRedPin.com is the largest database of actively available residential, which means that you combine every MLS listing along with every new home condo project that's being built in the GTA right now, and combine those two all on one platform. It's really complete content. So complete content is something that we're really proud of. Our technology and our user experience on the site is second to none. So the first thing to tackle was search. So that was the search component and the user experience for people looking at real estate. Then we realized that how are the companies such as Zappos, if you're familiar with Zappos, FedEx and Starbucks, why is it that their customer experience is different? And the reason that is because they've put the customer first. In the traditional real estate model, unfortunately, RE/MAX and Century 21s and some of the other traditional brokerages, their business is agents. The more agents you have, the more splits you're going to make, the more fees you're going to make, desk fees and whatnot. So they're not really ultimately concerned about the customer experience. So we found that huge gap and decided to model our business that way.
Okay, that's very interesting. Gary, you have a comment?
Yeah, I'm finding this very interesting, and got to give credit to Tarik. He's got a different view on how to go about it. One of the things that we see changing is he has a lot of his people on salary, which is a little different from commission. And we kind of think that way you're providing services to people, but based on salary. And I think that's a kind of interesting model to give professional service to people where it's not dependent on just having to sell something to somebody. You can actually be providing services, and with the guide that they're going to come back to you and deal more.
Absolutely. I mean, the main point on that subject is that 85% of realtors today are part-timers. And the reason that we're doing so well is, number one, obviously the platform allows us to find buyers. So already 40% of the time and money that traditional realtors spend finding customers, prospecting for buyers, I take that time and I give it to my agents to be able to give those better experiences. So already my people who are full-time salaried employees, they get paid a bonus based on customer satisfaction, and they don't do anything else other than spend their time giving great customer service. They're experienced agents who have been in the business for at least 3 years. They really know their neighborhoods and buildings and projects extremely well, and they breathe and eat real estate. So these full-time people, eliminating all of those challenges, such as finding buyers, when commissions are going to be paid, having regular salaries, having benefits for their family, and things like that, really gives them that sense of peace of mind, knowing that as long as they're amazing realtors and ready to give great experiences, that I'll be able to give the customer that much more.
At the same time, we're hearing these wonderful, wonderful things. We're both professionals in the business, and we may agree or disagree on some items, and I'm sure we're okay to discuss it. And the beautiful thing about Canada is we can discuss it with not a problem. I might challenge the fact that, just call the task to the fact that 85% of the realtors in the business are part-timers. I agree with you, there are part-timers in the business, but we could probably discuss the relative percentage. It might be a little bit high, as far as I'm concerned, but it's an opinion that we can each kind of share in that sense. But I have another good question, and I'm interested that most brokers who are on MLS have access to MLS listings. In other words, the IDX link from TREB, people can put that on their websites, the DDF feed from Korea. These are new things that, in a sense, some of the stuff that you and I have done on ICI World, we've been driving some of these ideas towards real estate boards.
Absolutely.
And they're starting to adjust, and it takes them a long time because it's a political body that has to discuss and think it out thoroughly.
Right.
And so, really, in one sense, you're a pioneer doing some of the things that you're doing.
Right.
And so that I kind of admire as well, okay? But one of the things I also admire is, but I don't understand it yet, and maybe you can clarify for me, are the new home condo developments. Do you actually have people go out and get information when you hear about a new home condo development and then get the information on that?
I have an amazing team of people all the way. Everything that we do in-house. So my full tech team is in-house. My full content collection team is in-house. So, our main goal is to make sure that we are complete in content and offering really accurate information. So in terms of content, any condo project, whether it be in the planning, development phase, under construction, or even completed buildings, is all there. And I maintain that in a very, very stringent way. So every condo project that's on the site gets put on, and then I have a specific department that actually goes out and collects content. I go out and meet the developers who are building these things. I've built 15 years worth of great relationships with most developers who understand the technology and how I'm attracting buyers to their projects, well-informed buyers. So remember, people who walk into sales offices with the RedPin agents, number one, they know about the projects and they know about other projects in the area. They know about the floor plans that are offered because I have over 13,000 of them to compare. And they know prices because we keep on top of developments and keep on top of prices, where once the buyer narrows it down, the agent has the ability to give generality prices to the client, and then by the time we take somebody through the door, it's really just a matter of looking at the sales office, being impressed with the builder and what they have to offer. So my people are going in well more informed than kind of a shot in the dark walking into a sales office and kind of not knowing what they have and what price ranges lie. So again, part of that customer experience is they're doing the heavy lifting of the search on their own once they need a professional to walk in and represent them, which means that my people walk in and represent them in the transaction and work closely with the builder's sales representative who's representing the builder in the transaction, and really merging the two strengths to make sure that the buyer's getting all the experience that they can get out of it.
Well, it sounds like a very interesting model, and I congratulate you as well. Groundbreaking, really, I think. So that's really awesome. We need to wrap up for now, unfortunately, because we've got a full schedule this afternoon. But I want to thank you very much, Tarik.
No problem.
For being here and for chatting with Gary and I. It was good having you.
There's more conversation I would like to have with this gentleman.
Well, why don't you have him on your own show?
Well,
invite him to the studio.
We actually just might do that.
I think that's a great idea. We are talking with Tarik Gidamy from TheRedPincom. Hang in there, we got more action coming up for you after the break.